The latest poverty report was released today. The report relates to the time when the economy was riding high, but its release today is, of course, associated with the current economic troubles.
Minister of Welfare and Social Services Yitzhak Herzog and the heads of the National Insurance Institute of Israel presented the 2007 Poverty and Social Gaps Report on Sunday.
אם את דוח העוני לשנת 2006 הגדרתי בשעתו כבלימה, הרי שאת דוח העוני לשנת 2007 אני מגדיר כהתייצבות עם מגמת שיפור ברורה בנתוני העוני.
I defined the 2006 report as restraint. The 2007 report I define as stabilization and the beginning of improvement. The report shows stabilization in terms of the number of poor families, a decline in the measure of inequality of income, a decline in the poverty amongst large families, and especially for the first time in years, a decline in poverty amongst children.
ובמיוחד לראשונה מזה שנים, ירידה בעוני בקרב ילדים.
In light of the current economic crisis, it seems that someday we will look back longing for a report like the one presented today as it relates to a period of economic growth and prosperity. According to the forecasts of the ministry, the next poverty report will not be so positive.
הלוואי ויכולתי להתחייב שמגמת ההפחתה בעוני.
I wish I could promise that the direction of decline in poverty will continue next year, but there is a real danger that during 2009, the improvement and achievements will be reversed. According to the forecast, during 2009, there will be an increase in the number of unemployed in Israel. I don't want to make people panic, but we must know the facts and deal with them as early as possible.
ראוי שנעמיד את העובדות על השולחן ונתמודד עם כך מבעוד מועד.
העתיד כבר כאן, אנחנו רואים מה הולך להתרחש.
The future is already here. We see what's going to happen. Prices have gone up by 5%. Salaries are not expected to rise, and the cycle of employment is beginning to unfortunately shrink at the end of the year 2008.
בשלהי 2008.
מעבר לפגיעה הפיננסית, הרי שברור לשל המשבר.
In addition to the financial damage, it's obvious that the economic crisis will have difficult social ramifications. We expect an increase in tension and domestic violence, people being reduced to crime, and difficult mental situations.
וכניסה למצבים נפשיים קשים.
אנחנו יודעים בוודאות שתהיה פגיעה בארגוני המגזר השלישי.
We know that there will be damage to the voluntary sector. We fear cuts in the social budgets and great irregular burden on social services throughout the country. Today, there are already more than 1,200,000 citizens who receive social services. According to our forecast, there will be around 150 to 200,000 more who will request them.
מבקשים נוספים את שירותי הרווחה.
As the poverty report was being presented, labor union leader Ofer Eini announced a labor dispute. Minister Herzog took the opportunity to call on all sides to negotiate, prevent a general strike, and help Israel get through the crisis.
למדינת ישראל אין שום פריבילגיה לבזבז את הזמן.
The state of Israel does not have the luxury of wasting time, and so put ego aside, hold on to the reins, and take this wagon out of the mud. We're all in this together.
המשותפת מוכרת וידועה לכולם.